We hear from so many business owners who are struggling with high turnover, low morale, and teams that just aren't clicking.
And so often the real problem isn't the product, the service, or the people. It's the culture.
And that's why we would love to bring the Business Fix to your next event or webinar to help transform your team and to push your business forward.
Ready to fix your culture and unlock your team's potential? Visit us at businessfixpodcast.com and click connect with us to learn more.
You've heard of the Peter Principle, correct?
Yes.
Promote someone to their level of incompetency. If they're a great salesman, they will probably be a great manager.
Absolutely. The best sales manager ever that you have to fire.
You're correct, because they may be the best salesman. They have all the leadership acumen of maybe this water bottle, the mouse, or that coffee cup you
Absolutely.
have there.
That one might have a little more.
Yeah, I see that. I'm glad you matched the coffee cup.
I did.
Today.
I coordinate today.
That's well done. Well done. For you, those of you that are listening, yeah, Chrissy always matches for some odd reason. I just look the same. But nonetheless, we are talking about leadership this week, and we're going to define it. Which can we do?
I think we can.
Stay tuned. She's the CEO.
He's the marketing and operations guy.
If it's broken, you need
the Business Fix.
What's interesting, Chrissy? I mean, we're October, and we're end of October here.
Yeah.
It's fall.
Yes.
Leaves are fall. I know football's on.
It is. It's so good. I'm so happy.
It's just weird. I didn't picture you. I'm having a tough time.
I love football. Me too. I love that it's on almost every day right now. Thank
really?
You. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't picture that.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays make me sad. But
I just think it's funny to our audience. Like if you would like stand us up next to each other and be like, which one of these two is the football fan? I don't think they would point to you in 9 times out of 10.
Probably not. But it is. It's me. I even got to do a speaking event at the Football Hall of Fame a couple weeks ago. I was so excited. I could have spoken about anything. And they said, do you want to go to the Football Hall of Fame? I was like, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah. What about for you? Anything fun going on? I mean, football makes me happy. So what's making you happy right now?
Because
it's cold.
Yeah, it's cold and miserable. And I'm getting ready to put motorcycles away. And the problem is it's not necessarily that I'm putting motorcycles away. It's that all my friends are. And I don't always ride with friends, but like I'll call a friend like, hey, do you want to go for a ride? They're like, it's 40 and raining. And I'm like, yep, I know.
Don't you want to go? No.
Right.
Fair weather riders.
Right. I'm like, it's 40 and raining. This is great weather to ride. I've got heated vest. I've got heated gloves. What do I need? That's the lack of dignity, I think, that helps. This week, leadership.
Yeah.
We have to define leadership. The cringe on your face. I believe that cringe says it all. And I mean, for so many, like I know when I was like 17, 18, leadership meant I got the corner office. I got the fancy view, maybe a parking spot by the door because, I was like 18, 19 and lazy. Over the years, I feel like leadership may be different than that. It wasn't just the jerk in the corner that barked orders.
Yeah.
Have you found that to be slightly different?
I have. It's not just about telling people to do the things and then they do the things. Yeah.
Even though we were told we were supposed to, we have come to realize, I think, that you have to do more than just bark orders from your corner office in your cushy leather chair.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I found that too. Also, it's interesting how when you just scream at people, they look at you like, you can go to hell.
Or they leave.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. They wave at you. They seem to be missing 4 fingers, but they wave at you as they walk out the door. We're both about trust. We're about creating those environments. First off, I guess I would say kind of what's your definition of leadership? And how does like a leader's vision You have the visionary side of things.
Yeah.
How does that vision and their ability to like set the tone for it and talk about it and convey it, how does that impact an organization other than just people aren't as grumpy?
Yeah. So, leadership isn't about having a title. It's about how you show up and what people experience because you're in the room.
I love that.
So,
that to me is amazing because it's not about you.
No, it's not. It's really never about you. But I would say there's 3 C's in leadership that actually build culture. Because if we're going to do things, let's do them in 3s and let's have them all be the same because alliteration is good. You're welcome, audience. I make it easy. So those 3 things are clarity, consistency, and care. And so clarity, because clarity is kindness. To be clear is to be kind. So if your team doesn't know where you're headed, why it matters, or how they contribute, they're just showing up and going through the motions. They're not really they're doing the things, but they're not doing the things with intention. And clarity gives you direction. It turns tasks into purpose. So if you want buy-in, be clear. If you want trust, be clear. If you want momentum, what do you think it is, Josh?
I would believe be clear.
It's be clear. Yeah.
And I loved what you said about going through the motions there. And I have to add to that. So many people will just treat it like their high school homework.
They love to phone it in. Minimum viable product. In leadership, we don't get to do MVP.
No.
You don't. You don't. So quick wins with clarity are, sharing the why behind you make a decision, why you're doing it, defining success. Don't make people guess what the definition of success is for what your expectation is. And then check in. Ask them, are we on the same page? Do you understand what I just was explaining? And if they say no, then do it again because clearly you are not clear.
Clearly you're not clear. I like that.
Clearly you're not clear.
I like that.
Yeah. So the second one then is consistency. And culture is what you do every day. We've talked about this. It's not what you put on the wall. It's actually the things.
Say it.
It's not wall art. It's not wall art. You're welcome.
I needed to hear that.
So your mood, your tone, your response under pressure, it's all teaching your team what's okay and what's not okay. And if you can't expect calm if you're chaotic. So you've got to be consistent. You can't ask for excellence if you're always winging it, because then, consistency becomes their confidence and that enables them to really get to know, like, and trust you. And so quick wins for that would be, starting meetings the same way, setting the same tone, having an agenda, following through on the things that you say every time, modeling what you expect.
You know what saying I have to insert there.
Go ahead.
You know what it is.
What is it?
Like your employees.
Yes.
If they're walking into a shitstorm.
They need to know. Yes.
They need to know which way the wind's blowing.
Always.
And if they know which way the wind's blowing, if it's consistently out of the west, it's easy.
Yes.
Put your umbrella up to the west.
Yes. So clarity and consistency. And then the last one's care. All right. And it's very simple. People don't quit companies. They quit feeling unseen. Right?
Ooh,
yeah. They do. They quit bad people. So they do. People they don't leave companies. They leave bad bosses. So great leaders know that people don't just want a paycheck. Yeah. They want to matter and they want to feel like their work means something. So that starts with you as the leader. So your words, your presence, your ability to listen without fixing. I know sometimes we all want to fix, but sometimes we just need to listen. We've talked about this in the past. Count to 3 before you interrupt anybody. Take notes if you distract yourself. So quick wins for showing care is saying thank you and being specific about it. And then asking individuals, how are you? No, really, how are you? This isn't just the how are you? Okay, good. I'm moving on. You've got to actually ask a follow-up question.
Don't phone it in.
Don't phone it in. No. And then the other part with your employees and care is celebrating progress. Not every day is going to be an A+ day. So celebrate the progress. If you have a C player and they do B work, say, thank you, I appreciate what you're doing. If you have a C player and they do A work, you better congratulate or praise them effectively, because if you don't, they're going to think, oh, I can just go back to C work. Because clearly when I go above and beyond, they don't notice it. So again, if you want a strong culture, you don't need a corporate retreat. You don't need a clever slogan. You really don't need wall art. You don't. You don't.
I mean, you have your sayings that I think
Yeah.
you need to say in almost every show now.
do.
And I believe it's the crappy wall art
Yes.
and the sweaty 10-minute conversation.
Mhm.
I believe those are the two things.
Those are the two things. And eventually everyone's going to say it to me. And I'm going to be so excited. When a listener actually parrots it back, I will know that I have achieved.
So if you want to make Chrissy's day, put that in the comments below.
Yes.
Or go to the website
Mm-hmm.
and just send either one of those two things to Chrissy, and you will have 100% made her day.
Yeah.
People, be nice to Chrissy.
Yeah.
I mean, do this thing for her. Give her the win.
I would appreciate it. Make me happy. And then I know that I've modeled clarity, consistency, and care because now people are following and doing the thing. So, yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that leadership.
Is that that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about today.
You brought that in
I did,
somehow.
full circle. So yeah, good leaders can land the plane and get it back where it needs to go. So you're welcome.
I love this.
Yes. So we've talked about visionary stuff. So I want to talk. I want you to talk from an operational perspective. You know, a lot of leaders have that big picture vision. They aren't always clear, or they pick 5 million things that they want to pursue and don't really they struggle to get their team to follow them because they constantly are changing. So I want to know what's some of the things that you've learned, or maybe the one thing that has the biggest impact on your ability to lead, and what some of those simple actionable steps are. So can you give us some tactics?
For sure. There's two pieces that I usually use with this. The one is, and I mean, I know you've heard me say this before, it's that servant leader formula. Here's where we're going. And that speaks 100% to your clarity piece. Here is where we are going. This is the goal. That is clear. You have to tell people, then follow it up with how can I help? We are going to do this is the clarity piece. Then the how can I help piece that shifts the dynamic from do the thing, damn it.
Yes.
To we're in this together.
Collaboration. Yes.
Right. We're now collaborative instead of commanding. The other thing is I've found in so many cases when you ask, how can I help? People will tell you roadblocks that are easy for you to remove.
Yeah.
That are tough for them to work around. So that is a huge, huge piece to that. And then the other thing is it makes sure that you stay involved in the process. Once again, it's that collaborative piece rather than guys, go do the thing. Let me know when it's done. I'll be on a beach.
Don't do that. I mean, you can, but people won't stay long.
No, they definitely won't. The other piece that I like about that too is when you say that is you're allowing the people that you've hired to use the skills that you've hired them for to get the thing done the way that they see fit. It may not be the way that I had envisioned it, but it's so funny. 9 times out of 10, when I give it to people and say, do the thing, how can I help? They're like, okay, we've got this, this, and this. They get it done in a way that I was like, oh, that was really good.
Yeah.
I've got good people. They're a lot smarter than I am. Doesn't take much, but that's like, they're a lot smarter than I am. So to me, that's the big thing. Trust, and it's trust through follow through. When they ask you for help, do the help thing. I'm going to dive into that more a little bit later. The things that you need to watch out for is don't dilute accountability. When you say, how can I help? Don't let them say, well, you can just do it.
No. Or if they say you can just do it, say, let's do it together. I mean, because some of it may have been that you didn't train effectively.
100%.
So you've got to be willing to ask clarifying questions. I mean, if you've got an employee that's completely overwhelmed, then that's a little bit different of let me take a couple things off of your plate. But what you don't want to do is say, this is yours, and then you take it back. Because when you take it back, then they never have the opportunity to truly own it. Same thing. I liked what you said about trusting them to do it. I had a post a couple of weeks ago about seagull management. So how people go in, they squawk, they may do some other things, and then they leave, and there's just this trail, and you're covered in bird doo-doo and really annoyed. So don't do that. You've got to be don't just jump in and say everything that's critical. If you're going to allow them to do the work, you can oversee, but don't micromanage.
Let's be honest. You did not start your business so you could spend your days buried in HR paperwork or Googling how to handle employee drama.
That's why I started Clarity HR. We're your fractional HR team, giving you real people, real support, and real solutions. Whether it's compliance headaches, hiring struggles, or just needing someone to take the people stuff off your plate, we've got your back.
So if you're ready to stop using duct tape and hope as your HR strategy
and finally get some peace of mind, head over to clarityhr.com. That's clarityhr.com. Simple, clear, and here to help.
I'll give you a few seconds to go to the website while we get ready to get back to the show. No, I wholeheartedly agree with that. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, we both said this.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do it in a way you're like, oh, I didn't think of it. That's brilliant.
Yes.
I have good, and it feels so good to be like, I'm smart enough to hire smart people.
It is. Oh. Or when they remember all of the steps that you've given that you don't follow, that's even better. We're onboarding a new person and my assistant's doing all the work. And I'm like, wow, she did all of the things in the right order. I don't do that.
No.
Why does IT like her and not me? Oh, now I understand.
Yeah,
she follows the process.
I get it. She knows what the hell she's doing. Instead of bringing in the amateur, just the person that owns the place. It's so funny. And the other piece with that is like, you have to make sure it's their core tasks are their core tasks. Like you said, it's because the other thing that you've got to watch out for is, you and I were talking about this earlier, like I've had some burnout, like got to the point where it's like, oh, did a little too much. I'm useless for 2 or 3 days. So I'm like the pitcher that threw too many pitches and now I'm out for a week and a half. It's just there. The other thing is you need to watch out for, from the servant part, is misrepresentation of the role. Make sure people know their piece in this. If you just say, hey guys, do the thing. If everyone's responsible, suddenly no one is responsible.
Correct. Yeah.
The other piece in that is you're still the leader. Don't be like, hey guys, get it done however you can. Suddenly they have their own leader and they're no longer talking to you about it.
Yeah.
You're the decisive authority. And when they ask you a question, you need to give them an answer about it. Not, well, what do you guys think? It's great to get their feedback and it's great to get their input, but you shouldn't have them making the decisions. You should make the decision as the, get this, decisive authority. We're doing a lot of like root word things here today. Yeah. I noticed that.
That's good.
The other thing is decision paralysis. When you're like servant leader and you're like, hey guys, how do you think we should do this? It shouldn't take 6 meetings, 4 Zoom calls, and 3 emails to get this figured out as to where the hell you're going. Just go. And maybe there's 1 call in there to clarify things. Yeah. Have we mentioned clarification or clarity?
Yeah, being clarity.
I believe we've mentioned that. I think we're trying to establish some patterns here. I could be wrong. The other thing that I really want to talk about when it comes to leadership, trust and accountability are these are non-negotiables at any, and I would say at the highest standard. The thing that I find in so many cases is when you ask a leader to do something and they're like, okay. And 2 weeks later, you ask them, hey, did you get the thing done? Oh. And then you ask them again a week later, I'll get to it. And then you ask them another, you see where I'm going with this. If you, as a leader, if you want, first off, your people to follow you, if you say you're going to do it, you got to do it. And if you're not going to do it, you have to come back to them and say, look, either I can't do this or I think we're going to do something differently. But something has to be said about it. It has to be addressed.
Yeah, because if you don't have follow through as the leader, then no one has follow through because there's no accountability.
100%. So that's why when I'm doing stuff like this, be it a Kanban board, Trello, Asana, Excel, a shared document, whatever, have notes about who's doing what.
By when.
Correct. You take that, on the spot, because if you don't, something is going to fall through the cracks. And to me, that is where so many leaders lose their leadership.
Yeah.
Is they're in a meeting and something fell through the cracks. You can't do that. Once again, if you don't have time for it, if you don't have the capacity for it, you need to address it,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't just think, I hope no one noticed, because guess what?
They're going to. They always notice when the leader doesn't have their stuff done.
They always notice. No one expects you to be perfect. Everyone expects you to put in the effort.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the big thing. On the flip side of that too, it is that define the owner and the due date. Like I said, if it's everyone's responsibility,
It's no one's.
It's no one's responsibility. No one cares. And there's that, I forget whose philosophy it is, but jobs take as long as you give them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you put no due date on it, you have, whenever.
Yeah.
And if I have the option of like, I don't need to get this done today, or I can scroll Instagram. I'm still probably not going to scroll Instagram, but from an employee perspective, right.
I get it.
The other thing that I personally like to do is I like to make accountability visible.
Mm-hmm.
If people can see tasks and where people are at in the system, first off, they can plan ahead. I'm waiting. Like if I'm waiting on you, well, let's put this in more into perspective. If you're waiting on me to set up the initial base show, for you to go in and put your notes and stuff like that, I know you're waiting on me for this, so I should get it done typically sooner than I do.
Fine.
but in the same sense, there's that accountability. We know the process of what we're doing, between what we're doing and how we're doing it. And it's a visible process. When I send you this, you know that, okay, this is the date when it's got to be done. This is the date when we're filming. The other thing is it helps motivate people, I feel, in a way. If I realize that they're waiting on me to get stuff done, I'm going to do my best to make sure it's done at least on time.
Yeah.
If you see someone that's drowning, you have to make sure. I mean, if you leave if you show up to the office in the morning and they're wearing yesterday's clothes, then you realize that, like, hey, this is a little too much pressure for this person and we need to reanalyze this. But once again, when you see that in that accountability stack and when you see who's accountable for what, it brings together a much more teamwork type of vibe. And I'll make an actual football analogy.
Okay.
I was a goalkeeper. You're thinking the different football.
I'm sad.
The look of disappointment on Chrissy's face.
Like
everyone on that team has that job.
Mm-hmm.
They have a thing that they specialize in. Now, the other thing that I like with soccer, so to say, is let's say a defender runs up. They've got a great run. They're looking to score. One of the forwards will fill in. Is he as good at defense as the defender was? No, but once again, it's this rotation of responsibilities and everyone knows their job. And it's this, everyone can see what's going on and see where everyone else is. The other thing that really to me is the closing that feedback loop.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I like the programs, like Asana or like calendar invites. I'm a stickler. If I send someone a calendar invite and the day before they haven't said yes to it.
Oh, we don't have a meeting.
Correct.
That's how that works.
Correct. I'm not showing up unless you've said yes.
Correct.
And to me, projects work the same way.
They should.
If once again, it's in Asana or something like that, there's the tasks there. They see what's laid out. And I typically send an email or a message and I put it in a way, hey, I wanted to send this to you. Here's a new project. Let me know what questions you have. Or I will say, do you have any questions? Because when you say, do you have any questions? They're going to say yes or no, meaning I read the thing. It's that acknowledgement. It closes that loop. It makes sure that no one is just hanging out in the wind, getting lost and all the other things. Yeah. I want to get to a point here that's going to be kind of interesting.
Okay.
How do you see leadership and management differ? The smile on your face as I'm starting to say this, because he's like, I've been waiting for this.
I love this question.
I've been waiting 27 episodes for this. How do you see those as different?
So you manage things and you lead people.
Ooh, I
you
like
manage
that.
things, you lead people. Yeah, there's no managing of people. Management keeps the wheels turning. Leadership decides where the bus is going. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Round and round. That's management. Leadership decides where we're going. And you need both, but you can't confuse
100%.
them. So management is equal to, tasks, systems, getting it done, the operations of things. Leadership is vision, values, building a culture that lasts.
It's funny. I see from my perspective on that, the management side is, I see a back of house.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership is front of house, or in front of things.
Yeah.
Leadership is getting out in front of things.
Mm-hmm.
Management is what happens when it's sideways.
Exactly.
Or those issues on the back end of it.
Yeah.
They are, once again, you need both. I totally agree. There are things all the time, even if you are leading correctly, there are still fires to put out.
Absolutely.
And those are the things that you are managing.
Correct.
But if you are just managing and not leading, congratulations, you are a fireman.
Yeah.
not a business owner.
Yeah. And leaders do both. I mean,
Yes.
there are things you have to manage, but you are supposed to be, you're the tip of the spear. You're the front of the ship. You're making sure that you're seeing what direction you're going.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah. It's not good to steer from the back.
Like leading by example.
Yeah.
This is one that I see. I have so many issues of this being terrible.
Mm-hmm.
This is the crudest story on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I was talked to about professionalism on the phone one time. When I was a phone rep someplace. 3 days later, my boss came over and farted in my cube. I mean, these are the things where I'm like, you just yelled at me for not being professional.
Exactly. No.
Right.
No.
Right. What? I mean, that is an example of why it's important.
Yeah.
Like the boots on the ground example.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you feel it's important? Because I know you're going to have a different perspective.
No, I don't really. I mean, your team doesn't follow what you say. They copy what you do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want accountability, you need to show it. If you want calm and professionalism in the office, you had better model it and be it. I mean, you want ownership, you better model it, even when it's hard. I mean, culture isn't built in a keynote. It's not.
No.
It's built in Tuesday mornings and those show ups and how you handle conflict when no one's watching.
Yeah.
That is, I think a lot of times leaders think, well, they're only going to pay attention to me when I'm in the meeting. That's the least amount of time they're paying attention to you. They are
Correct.
paying attention to how you're showing up. What does your calendar look like? There are many times where I'm not in the office for a solid week because I have so many different appointments, but it doesn't mean that I'm unreachable to my team. It doesn't mean that we're still not having touch points in meetings. I just may be doing it from my car, which I hate doing, but sometimes that happens, or I may be doing it from a different place. And I think it's important to model the behavior that you want to see. I care about our relationship. I care about connecting with you. Even if I'm not going to be able to be present in the office, I can still have my presence known, not because I'm lording over everybody, but because I'm checking in and going, how can I help you? I may not be here physically, but what can I do to help you kind of move the goals forward and move our rocks forward and the things that we're working on within our organization? So I think if you want people to be professional and care about the organization the way that you do, you need to model what you want to see.
100%. I mean, that to me is people will follow your lead.
They will.
If you're a leader.
And I think when we deal with things in clarity, when we have managers that are frustrated or leaders that are frustrated, like, people won't listen to me. We're like, well, how are you behaving at work? It all comes back to consistency and how you're showing up and how you want to be perceived and how you are, doing the work. People respect people who respect themselves. And if you're not taking care of the business the way that you're supposed to, they're not going to respect you either. If you're a small business owner navigating the world of marketing or looking to establish yourself as an industry expert, you already know the power of a great podcast.
But getting it all right from the sound to the strategy can be a headache. And that's where Pedal Stopper Productions comes in. We're the team behind the Business Fix and Chrissy's Better Business for Small Business Leaders podcast.
One of the things I love about what you do, Josh, is that you're always willing to help out. And part of that is with your free 30-minute no pitch podcast consultation.
That's right. 30 minutes of our best tips, tricks, and podcasting basics. Absolutely no strings attached. Just podcasting insights to help you crush your goals. Visit pedalstomperproductions.com to book your no pitch call today. That is pedalstomperproductions.com.
And now back to the show.
What, like emotional intelligence, obviously
Yeah.
a big part of that is not farting in someone's cube.
Correct.
I don't picture you as doing that.
I
in
am
the
not
office.
that person.
Good. I didn't think you
Nope.
would be. I don't think many people in our audience feel
No.
that way either.
It's not.
How do you feel like, first off, like emotional intelligence, I
Yeah.
feel like is a term that is thrown around kind of willy-nilly.
It is now.
Yes. Like, what do you feel it is? Like a rough, like simple, I don't want to say definition, but like what's the aura of emotional intelligence as far as this context? And then how do you feel it impacts like people on the team?
So I think emotional intelligence in this context is being able to take in information, pause before reacting, and then react in a way that moves the ball forward.
I agree.
Okay. So, newsflash, if you can't manage your own emotions, you can't lead anyone else through theirs. It's not going to happen. And that's, how you react becomes how your team reacts. And it's really important because, high EQ leaders, since we say EQ, they listen first, they pause before responding, they stay curious, they're not defensive. And when you stay grounded, your team feels safe. They feel like they can share things with you. And sometimes that information may be a difficult conversation. It may be, hey, we thought we were going to go in this direction. We tried this big project and it failed. If they don't feel like they can give you information and you're going to be able to react to it positively, even when it's difficult, then you've created a culture of scare, and they're not going to be willing to share. So safe teams, they solve problems instead of running and hiding from them. And if you really want to move forward in your business and grow, you have to be willing to build that safety with your team, which means that you have to be able to control your emotions and manage them effectively. And I think that not 90% of leadership, but a significant amount of true leadership comes from being able to master yourself. When you have self-mastery, then you can truly lead other people.
I wholeheartedly agree with that because I was in a situation where there was someone just screaming at me.
No.
And I just sat there and listened.
It was very nice of you to do that. You should have shut up and left.
No, I just sat and listened. And when he was done, when he just sat there looking at me puzzled, like, why aren't you yelling back? Because I saw he wanted to escalate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, we're just not going to do this. The secretary was like, after that was all over and we cleaned up his stuff and escorted him out of the building. After that was all over, she looked at me and she goes, that was crazy. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, you just sat there. And I'm like, right.
That's what I have to do.
Me getting riled up doesn't help the situation.
No.
And I see that, like, as business owners, we're passionate about our business, but we have to make sure we are reacting in a logical way to things instead. And that's what's so difficult in some cases to do, is like pull those things back and be like, okay, relax, cool, calm, and collected. What about like delegation when it comes to that? I mean, because I know a lot of people hear delegation and they think, I'm just pawning my work off.
No, that's not delegation. Delegation isn't dumping, it's empowering. So it's giving people the ability to do things. Yes. Delegation says, I trust you and I see what you're capable of. And I mean, here's the other thing that I will say, and we've talked about this in busyness, that if everything depends on you, you didn't build a team, you built a bottleneck. Congratulations. You are the point of failure. So I think oftentimes as leaders, when we're like, it didn't work. And it's like, why didn't it work? Well, because they didn't do the things. Did you tell them to do the things? No. I mean, or did you give them all the tools that they needed to do the things? Or is a key decision that they need to be able to get something done, is that does that still fall to you and you're on a beach because you decided you were going to take a vacation, but you didn't delegate effectively? Well, that's your fault, dummy. Like, you have to be able to move things forward, and don't micromanage, because micromanaging kills initiative. When you empower people, when you delegate effectively, you're building leaders. I mean, you want to grow your business, start by growing the people that are in it.
I love that. And that's the piece that I want to add to that is anytime I have had someone leave, even they could be 3-4 tiers of management below me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what did we do wrong? Anytime something, it drives me nuts when I hear a manager blame an employee for a problem. The way to truly be a leader is to say, we messed this up.
Yeah.
This didn't work. Now, if an employee has a problem, you need to address that. You need to address where it went wrong.
Yeah.
But don't blame the employee.
No.
You have to take this on. It's your responsibility as the leader to be like, look, they're my responsibility. That person's output is my responsibility. And if they messed up, well, I guess I gave them something that got messed up.
Yeah.
And I need to take that responsibility too. I have seen and you would not, I mean, you do believe because you know this. I've seen so many leaders that have said as soon as they take that responsibility on for like whatever comes through my department is my responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
If one of my people screw it up, it's still my responsibility.
Yeah.
When you look at things differently and your team knows you look at it that way.
Yes.
Complete game changer. Complete game changer.
Agree.
What are some actionable steps that you think people can take?
Are you asking me, or are you taking this?
Because
we've got a few on here.
Yeah, we've got quite a few. To me, it's the servant leader. I am here for my team. Yeah. I am here because of my team. My team is it's the people that work around for everything. It's because of me. It's for me. So once again, I have to do everything in my power to make them the best that they can possibly be.
Yeah. And then I think it's leading with clarity, consistency, and care. Those 3 C's. Yeah, I'm going to broken record that. Clarity, consistency, and care.
Please make Chrissy a t-shirt that says that. If we have
the 3 C's of leadership. Chrissy's 3 C's of leadership: clarity, consistency, and care.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. The other one that I like too is offer support. Don't take over. Mm-hmm. When someone has an issue, they don't typically want you to swoop in and be like, I got this.
Yes.
What they do want is they want guidance on how to get through it.
Yes. I like that.
Don't offer to drive the bus for them.
Mm-mm.
Be the GPS.
I like that. There's one about accountability, creating accountability, putting things on the list, ensuring that things aren't forgotten. It builds trust. And then the last thing I would say, and this is one that I think some people might be like, really, this is important, is it's to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower.
100%.
And this is really important, especially if you're working with a consultant or you're working and doing professional development as a team. This is where your participation as a leader is so important, because if you don't buy in and you don't participate, you're setting the tone for everybody else in your organization. You want to flush $10,000 of professional development down the toilet, sit in the Zoom room without your camera on in the virtual learning and see how everybody else does. And then when you're frustrated because they didn't seem to get it, it's like, well, you set the tone, dummy. You didn't show up. You got to show up. So be the follower that you want people to follow you as too. So be coachable. Learn to follow. Listen to the people on your team.
This is Chrissy's big on this one too. It's funny. This is why I was looking forward to this episode, because I knew this was going to get you amped up.
Well, and these are simple things.
You didn't need that coffee.
I did not. But I think what frustrates me so much about some of this with leadership is it is not hard. No. It is not a hard thing to learn. It is a hard thing sometimes to have to do, but it's really not, it's not rocket science. It's really being clear, yep. being consistent and being, and showing care. It's not hard. It's not. Besides
the difficulty level.
Yes.
What do you feel is the single, maybe you can fill in 6 of them here. What do you feel is the biggest misconception people have about leadership?
my job as a leader isn't to solve every problem.
Ooh.
It's to build a team that can solve problems without me in the room, right? It's not about being in charge. It's about being responsible for the tone, the direction, and the culture that we build together.
Yep.
Because the truth is, leadership is less about what you do and more about how you show up. And that's what people remember, is how you show up.
Ooh, yeah. No, I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. What's a simple habit you've adopted to ensure you're consistently supporting your team without accidentally micromanaging them?
Always ask, what do you need to get this done? When do you think this will be done? And it's done in an approachable way. It's not, why isn't this done yet? It is, hey, just so I can fill in my schedule. Where are we at on this project? It's these simple questions. So it's like, hey, I'm looking to support you. But the other thing is it's like, what do you need? What do you need to get this done? What's hanging you up? What are you seeing that we need to improve on? Because 99% of the solutions to your problems are going to come from the people doing the work.
Yeah.
Not you.
Exactly.
Definitely not me.
No, not me either.
With all of that, to me, for everyone looking into stepping into a new definition of leadership, or hopefully this is an old definition of leadership that we just beat you over the head with. I believe there was a thing that you alluded to a couple of times. What was that again?
Which one? You mean clarity, consistency, and care?
Yeah, those three things.
The 3 C's of leadership.
Correct. Once again, we need someone to make a t-shirt of this for Chrissy.
I like that.
Lots of homework for everyone to make sure Chrissy has a good day. Thank you again, Chrissy. For more episodes and resources, businessfixpodcast.com. We love seeing all the people visiting there. Really appreciate it. Also, make sure you follow us on all the social medias. The Business Fix, a review, a subscription, a comment go a long way. Remember, you've got the comment assignment that you've got to work on. Next week, we will be discussing failure. All I can think of is Andy in the office when he made the fail video that was terrible. But that's not what this is going to be like.
Not.
No, but we are going to talk about what your people should expect when the fan needs a pressure washing.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, take care of yourself. If you can, take care of someone else too. We will see you very, very soon.